He on his knees, trying to get this right for me. I ain't feeling right, my pieces ain't right to me at all. He on his knees, trying to get machine back, running for the night for me. I ain't pleased, cause my machine down tonight. I just wanna run imls for the fright night. He on his knees trying to get it right. I can't understand why he can't get it right. Say you maintenance, but you ain't maintaining. For me to make these imls, I just wanna iml so I can shut up now. I just wanna iml, I just wanna scream it out. Yeah, why my robot shutting down? It's making me psych out.
Hello, my lovely audience, and welcome back to the Better Than Yesterday interviews, where we interview amazing artists every time. So today we have DJ Yellow Mustang, aka Dark Viper here. Yes, welcome. It's me, Viper. LOL. I take the shades off so you can see me. I mean, if you even can. I'm a little nervous. This is like my first interview. Not gonna lie. Yes, we love you. Go ahead and do a fit check real quick. Okay, little fit. I brought my altar with me today, and it has I don't know if you can even see it. I think you can, yeah. The Harley flag, it's matching my shirt, and that's for my dad. And this is my boots, and I have my Sonic socks today. Girl Ben 10 watch. Auto open, you know, I be spraying my perfumes on this and like my oil, and it just brings me back to me every time. And I got my rings because I just felt like that was it was needed. We was talking about that in the comments on the other video. So W fit check real quick. We got that shit, and this is the fit check. I don't feel like doing a whole 360, bro. But anyways, yeah, I love my outfits every day. I got my necklaces and shit on. On God, let's go. I got this amazing light with me as well for my team lead Stacy. Shout out to Stacy. This is my girl Ben 10 mode. It activates. So I have this, and I also have a burning candle, and then I also have this guy. So fit check. This is all for my sister because I can't find my I put all this shit on because I couldn't find my DJ bracelet. I wanted to wear that, and I had it for so long, and I don't know where it's at. It might be in a box shipped away. So we know that you dropped the Regrind Saga Mixtape, okay? But we want to know what regrind means. Dark Viper, can you tell us what regrind is? So you want to know what regrind is. Regrind is a bunch of things. So the first thing that when I think of regrind, by the way, the factory I work at is Chase Plastics. W. When I think regrind, I think Chase Plastics, and I think we put the plastic in the regrinder. So regrind is when a material, when a part is not right, you put it in the grinder because you can tear it up and to make more parts that are right. So it's basically, you see something that's not right, you grind that shit down to reuse that shit to make it right. So it's like you see you made a failure, and then you can bounce back from it. You can use that failure to bounce back to make more from it. I love regrind. Oh my God, ask me that again. Ask me that again. I love regrind. I'm in love with my regrind. Let me not tweet. I just love regrind. That's what regrind is. You can regrind on a skateboard when you gotta grind on the rail. You can regrind when you're not doing right in life and you gotta regrind. You know? It's all about regrind. It's about regrind. So we know the factory was the inspo behind the entire mixtape and the album, you know, behind each song. So could you explain to us the first track, He Pulls Up Every Time I'm Empty? Could you go ahead and explain to us what that means to you? He pulls up every time. I mean, he was pulling up every time I was empty. It made sense. I was empty on all levels, and he was pulling up every time. And not to mention how it was just a fucking job, and I was just in my own mind empty, but I was also empty at work, and he would pull up every time, and it was just like, ain't nobody pulling up to my fucking place. But while I'm there at my press, like my press is my place. Like to me, I'm here. My press is my place. Like that. Like my job is my shit, bro. And so like I'm gonna keep it real, bro. I don't really do shit. I don't go out. Like this is it, bro. What you see on my videos is what I do, bro. People you see is I don't go out with them. Like what you see is what I do with them. So the work is where I be, and this specific song, I made it in January. Like, I was based off a poem that I made in January. But that song, I freestyled. Like, all this is a freestyle. But that specific song, every time, and in the labels, placed by society, that's because the team leads make labels and we put them on the boxes. But I was going through a condition at the time, and I was just fucked up, bro. I was very fucked up. So the forklift was actually helping with my labels. Like, he actually helped me with my labels, bro. Like, this was a specific day, like, that I made a poem, like, and I'll probably share it with you guys, because you guys want to know so much about the music, so I'll definitely share my poems with you. I feel like with this song, it was mostly because, like, I was unhealthy, and I'm trying to work, and I can't, and I have somebody here who's helping me the whole time. So that's pretty much this song. Like, I'm unhealthy and I'm trying to work, and he's pulling up every time, and he's helping every time. Glad to help. He's here to help every time, and I was sick. Like, I was sick. So that was this. It was just that. That was it, bro. I made the poem. Okay, that's so interesting. To be honest, I really feel like a lot of people can relate to that, even if they don't work at a factory. I feel like that's such a relatable thing, you know, someone being there for you when you're kind of lonely, you know what I'm saying? Like, everyone gets a little lonely sometimes. It's totally understandable, Viper. So, now on to the next. You have a song titled, I Hate When My Grinder Likes to Lock Up. Can you go ahead and explain to us what that means? Tell us a little bit about what it means for a grinder to lock up, and why do you hate so badly when your grinder locks up? You mentioned it jams and stuff like that, and then you also go on to mention about calling maintenance so they can help fix it. Can you go ahead and tell us a little bit about when your grinder likes to lock up, and what do you do in that situation? Let's talk about it, bro. This fucking chair is fucking sloppy as fuck. Bro, let's talk about it, dude. I hate when my grinder locks up. I wanted to relate it to like a gun, bro. Like, if the gun locks up, or if the gun jams, you know what I'm saying? Like, when your gun starts jamming, like, it irritates you. But let's talk about this. It's impressive when my grinder was locked up. I'll tell you when a grinder locks up, our regrind, to regrind our little bits and shit that's not right, when that locks up, it's because it's too full. So listen, it was too full, right? Too much regrind in there, and too much parts and shit, too much build up. And Zach, he just put his hand in there, like, just barehanded, I was like, what the fuck? So I put that in the song. It impressed me when they fix it. Think I need to call So let's talk about that even. Maintenance and material handlers is two different departments. But in the music, I put them hand in hand because I can say maintenance, and it's just like maintain something. They need to maintain something. And then it's like, but they're called material handlers. Our material handlers and maintenance is two different things. But in my music, I refer to it as the same things. So us people who really work there, they listen to my music, they can't like it really peep that. They're like, oh yeah, well, she calls maintenance, but we not maintenance, we material handlers. Like, you know, I know that. It's just part of the music and how to flow. But y'all maintain shit. So that's why I do that, because y'all maintain. And when my grinder lock up, I don't like it because I want to keep regrinding all day. I love that shit. Let's go. I want to keep regrinding and just putting my little bits and pieces in there and just keep regrinding and just keep regrinding, because when my pieces ain't right, bitch, I regrind. So I hate when that shit lock up. Because I want to regrind. And then I call them in so they can come and replace it, and they fix it. Whether we need a new regrinder or they got to just fix it. I want it fixed. And I appreciate them so much for fixing it, because we can keep regrinding. Let's go. And I relate that to real life. Like I said, when your gun is fucked up, you feel me, it's jamming, that's when it's locked up. And then even just in life, bro, when you gotta regrind, when you hate when your grinder locked up and you gotta regrind, what's that? That could be anything. If your car is fucked up, come on, you hate when that shit's locked up, bro. Come on, or when your friend's in jail, I hate when my grinder locked up. Oh, hold on a second, if you really know, I don't know if you smoke, bro, but you should stop if you do. But, hey, that grinder like to lock up. Let's go. That grinder like to lock up. Let's go. Activation. Okay, so you also have a song, So Much Regrind. What do you do with all the regrind? Why is it so much regrind? Explain to us this whole regrind thing once again. You know, you say you have so much regrind. Can you please explain to me what that is and what do you do with that regrind? You mentioned how you have Zach in the back working your regrind now, and Cody collects all contamination. Can you explain to me what does Zach do while he works your regrind in the back, and what contamination exactly does Cody collect? Can you explain that for us?
Pieces off the press, moving forward. Got Zach in the back, working my regrind now. Cody just collected all contamination.
You talking about this shit? Yeah, this shit hit, bro. So much regrind. What the fuck is regrind? Regrind is. I've been told you what regrind was. You're asking me about this song, bro. We're gonna do with this regrind. Okay, cause listen, bro. Contamination. It be when contamination is not right, bro. That's why we need to regrind. If it's contamination in there, then we regrind that. If it's sometimes we regrind because it's just the gate, so we regrind the gate because it's extra plastic, so we regrind extra plastic. But like for this specific song, so much regrind. Like okay, because the contamination, bro. Because I wanted to say this, the fucking contamination, bro. The contamination. Hold on a minute. Hold on, because when the shit. Give me a minute now. So when we're running regrind all day, and I look at my parts and they're not right, I had to, because I say that in the song, in the other song, he puts up every time I'm empty. This song reminds me of that, because it's like, I look at my parts, pieces ain't right, I remind myself and my mind that it's straight regrind. Because when we run regrind, sometimes our pieces will not be right, depending on what type of regrind that we just ground up. Because if you regrind something that's contaminated, depending on the material, it can further contaminate. It's crazy. It's a big thing. So it's just a lot to it, bro. And I love the lore. I love all of it, dude. They can talk to me about it all day, and I'll just listen. Because eventually I'll be on to some next. But no, like that's why I made the album, because I can look, I see stuff. And then I just go make art about it. That's why I say they can talk to me about it all day, because I'm gonna find a way to make this creative. And so we're gonna, like, this is so much we're gonna do. Because it's that, what is a Gaylord? If you Google Gaylord, it was a company, bro, that made big ass boxes. So a Gaylord is just a big ass cardboard box that you put shit in. And when we run that regrind, it come out the Gaylord. All the material go into Gaylord, for real. Them Gaylords is expensive. Anyways, I'll be watching out for contamination. What? I'm trying to scrap a piece. I don't really be trying to scrap a piece though. Like, I'll be real about that. I don't be trying to scrap pieces unless I have to. I'll try to pass pieces, and I want my pieces good. I want my pieces right. I don't like to have to regrind. You know, like when you have to, like, you feel me? Sometimes it, like certain parts, some pieces you shouldn't have to regrind. Like, let's talk about that. Like, I don't want my imls to shift, and I don't want them contaminated. I don't want to have to regrind that shit. Come on. I don't mind in a horseshoe regrinding a couple things. Like, and let's talk about that, because Zach be in the back. He be working on the little regrinding and with the tubes and shit, and then Cody will come up on a forklift, and then he'll just jump off that motherfucker, and it's still moving a little bit. Impressive. Anyways, he'll grab the little parts, and that's the contamination. Cody just collected all contamination, and he throw it in the Gaylord. Bow, 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 bow. And then Zach in the back, because I'm in the middle of this shit, working on the press, bro, minding my business. So they think. Minding my business is working. You feel me? And they working. We all just working. But in my mind, I'm creating this whole, like, masterpiece. Regrind Saga. Okay, I really think that's super interesting. I love how you correlated the Zach and Cody from the TV show to your job, because those are two guys that work at material handling together, which is really unique that, you know, you noticed that and thought that was, like, so funny and you could sing about that. That's very interesting. Now, tell us why you call this your star track. The star track on the album, you consider it to be the perfect team for the right regrinding. Why is that the star track of this mixtape? Why is that the overall theme? Why does this song, you feel, represent the entirety of this album? Why does this one song do this? Why is this your star track on your Regrind album mixtape? I want to know why Perfect Team for the Right Regrinding is the star track of the album. Perfect Team for the Right Regrinding is the start track of the album because it literally says everything in that song. I say everything in that song that is pretty much sums up the entire mixtape. Like, pretty much you listen to that one song, you can get the whole feel for the entire mixtape based off of that one song. And by the way, Cav 1 and Cav 2, what is a cavity? A cavity is it's what holds each, like, freaking thing, like, object, bro. Like, what it holds the objects, bro. I don't know what to fucking call it. The actual shit we're making. So if it's say the mode, yeah, let's go. Let's say the mode, bro. If from the press, it's got like two, like cavities run and even numbers, and that only will be odd if it's one cavity. So that's how you see that. You see that? If the machine make one, that's one cavity. If the machine make two, that's two cavities. If the machine make three, that's three cavities. Okay? But it would never make three because that's an odd number. You see what I'm saying? It'll only do even. So it would do 2 cavities or 4 cavities or 8 cavities or 12 cavities or 6 cavities even. So it would be even numbers unless it's one. Only one cavity. So that's that. But like I said, this song represents everything. It talk about how I see the sweet life on deck because we got the sweet life on deck in there, you feel me? Fucking Zach and Cody, now we in the hotels and shit, okay? And then Perfect Team for Right Regrinding, we doing all that shit for Dan the Man, okay? Let's go, we activated. I want to touch this because shout out Stacy. But anyways, God, this song can just sum up the entire mixtape. It sums up the lore. Like, I say so much in that song that I couldn't even begin to sit here and if I was to break all that down, dude, I'll tell you what, dude. The shit I'm on right now, I was on recording that shit, bro. That's why that shit so solid. Listen to that song, bro. In your mind, you'll be like, whoa, dude, this is a lot of substance here. Like, I feel like you'll feel like you got a regrind team. You know what I mean? Excuse me. Cut that out, bro. Go ahead and, like, listen to that song and just know you got you a regrind team. Listen to that and be like, yeah, I got the perfect team for the right regrinding. Because that's us. Because we work with Dan on our shift. So we the perfect team for the right regrinding. We have Dan on our shift, so you know we are the perfect team for the right regrinding. Come on, and it's second shift. That's the best shift. Come on, out of here. Viper, that makes so much sense, okay? You mentioned your top boss, Dan. You know, you guys are regrinding for him. That makes sense. You guys pull up every day. Perfect team for the right regrinding. That makes sense. It's like your shift is the perfect shift. It's like the perfect team. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense is why you say that. Perfect sense. So, with that being understood, now that we understand why Perfect Team for the Right Regrinding is the star track of the mixtape, we need to know, what is a pack touchdown? You do all this regrinding, you know, but why? What's all this regrinding? You know, what is this? What is a pack touchdown? Why do you need a pack touchdown? What is a pack touchdown, Viper? Explain what a pack touchdown is, please. Pack touchdown. Pack touchdown is when the forklift drop off more boxes or pick up my other packages that I just made. They pick that up, so they pick that up. But pack touchdown is more packaging to put more product in. That's simple as that. It's pack touchdown. But pack touchdown could be anything in life. Like, if you, like, I don't know, if you get other shit and when it touchdown, pack touchdown. Like, you know what I mean? Pack touchdown can go for a lot of shit, bro. And, like, anytime, like, anything could be a pack touchdown. You can get your groceries and that's your pack touchdown. Like, anything could be a pack touchdown. So it's just like, when that pack touchdown, we get straight to work. But you know, in the hood, like, you know what the pack touchdown is. Like, you feel me? When that pack touchdown, listen, we get straight to work. But this, me and all my boys clocking in, we get straight to work. Pieces ain't right. Straight regrind, do that right now. Oh my God, yes. Cause God has you guys is working what they there for. Cause every time it break, cause it protects me, and that's like I rock the sword. Shout out Sam for making me this. For getting this on Etsy made for me, bro. But anyways, yes, that is a banger, bro. And I'm just saying, bro, I rock the sword, bro, and cause I'm protected. And that's what I'm saying, bro. I said that in that song. But I also talk about in that song a little bit how I don't like to eat and how, like, I just want to weigh 115 and da-da-da-da. And, like, all that is very true. And that's why he pulls up every time I'm empty is a song. That's part of why that's a song, because I was going through, I'll be real, an eating disorder, and I was still working through that, and I was just very, very sick. However, everybody around me was helping me, you feel me, helping me get better, so I appreciate everyone for that, and that's why, because they were pulling up every time I was empty. But that's that pack touchdown, bro, but I talked about that in this song when I don't like food, but then I say, let's get back to work now, because then the reason why, let me talk about that. So, we only get like a 20-minute break. We get like a 20-minute break to eat, bro. And I just, who wouldn't have an eating disorder when you have 20 minutes to fucking eat? So, yeah, anyways, we have 20 minutes to eat. So that's why I just talk about my little eating real quick. And it's, let's get back to work now, because that's how it feels. It's like you get real short of time to eat, and then it's like right back to work. And I don't even care about eating anyways. And that's like what I say in the song, like, I don't want to eat. And that was that lore. And then the pack touchdown, bro. When the pack touchdown, that's your boxes. Like, that's literally our boxes, our packages, so that we can re-put new pieces in. That's the pack touchdown. And Alejandro, shout out my boy Alejandro. Every single time my pack touchdown, my boy right there, he's helping me get the boxes down and like taking off the plastic and all that shit, so I can start using the boxes as soon as I need them and pushing them closer to me. I appreciate everything you do, bro. Shout out him, bro. And yeah, let's keep W's in the chat, bro, for my buddy Alejandro, all the way from Venezuela, bro. Let's put some W's in the chat for him. Let's go. That's very interesting how you relate, like, things touching down, like a drop shipment, or just even like a big shipment, or just things touching down to the forklift pulling up and dropping down boxes for you to reload. Like, I think that's very interesting how you kind of bring that hood perspective to a legal job. Like, that's very interesting how you were able to see what you went through as a kid and what the adults around you were doing, and you related it to a job out in a rural area. I think that's really unique and extremely cool that you use a lot of, slang and stuff like that to explain your job and what you do. Like, you were able to relate real life scenarios and situations and wording, and you related it to the job, and it makes a lot of sense. So the entire mixtape is based off of true events, and we know this. The whole mixtape is based off true events. However, there's one song specifically that really sticks out to me personally as an interviewer. It's the 227 IMLs was down for the night. Hey, I gotta ask, what was that about? He's on his knees trying to get your robot back working. What was all that about, Viper? Like, can you explain to me what that was like for you that night when your robot was down and you could not run IMLs? What is an IML? Can you first start off with explaining to us what an IML is, and what did you do that night when 227 IMLs was down? So, IML is an MO labeling. And that's pretty much all IML is. IML, now, how we do IMLs is like for a washer, top of the washer. Take the little thing out, the little box, and then we put it in the window. Now, most people, they do one at a time. I'm skilled. I do both at a time. I have two hands, and there's two IMLs that need done. I can do two IMLs at once. W. So, anyways, 227 IMLs was down for the night, and I just wanted to run IMLs because, like I said, I have two hands and I can put them in, so I do a good job of that. And because of that, they were down, and I just wanted to run IMLs. But maintenance was, they had to call maintenance in because I guess the puncher, like, it had affected something. So basically, in IML with what we're running, on the washer, on the face of it, there's these little holes, and usually when your washer lights up, it tells you like the spin cycle. It says spin, rinse, finish, all that shit. When it's IML shift is when that's not aligned with the holes and shit. And basically, when that shit's not right, it's just not right. So basically, some shit was going on in the robot. That's like, it's hard for me to explain. Some shit was going down in the robot that night, and we were down because of it, and maintenance was fixing it. Ended up, what he did, he fixed the wrong side, so it ended up fucking up even worse. And that was why I made the song. And then my girl Kiara, She be wearing all the Harley Davidson shit too, bro. She be wearing all black outfits though. Like, she's literally the all black version of me, and she just has black hair. Like, she's just so amazing, beautiful. And literally, we was working together, and that's why I say in the song, we make the best imls because we dress the best. I mean, to be honest, we do dress the best. Like, I'm gonna keep it a buck. We do dress the best out of everybody in the factory. Kiara and I dress the best. Like, if y'all want to argue that, prove me wrong. But that was that. My imls was down, and it don't make me psych out. It don't make me, I'm not that crazy, bro. I can enjoy a nice little bit of downtime, but, you know, like, it would be nice if he could have got it running. And it was right before the shift changed, too. So that kind of sucked for all that to happen right there. But it was okay. It didn't suck. But it sucked. Like, you know what I'm saying? In the grand scheme of things. Because now people got to, like, we got to figure this out. Like, it's going on. But yeah, that's IMF was down. Just to say this, he was actually on his knees trying to get the robot back working. I did not just make that up. He was actually on his knees because me and Kiara had made a joke. We were, like, low, too, and I was like, wait a minute. He's literally on his knees for me right now, like, trying to get my shit back right for me. He's on his knees for me, trying to get this back so I can so I can run on MLs. Like, come on now. So, obviously, I was going to go pop in the Yes, that's super interesting. I cannot believe that he was on his knees fixing the robot for you guys. I mean, obviously, it's what he had to do to get it back up. But the way you looked at it like that, you took a small just job and you put it in your mind to make it almost, I don't want to even call it romantic because it's not like you like the person, but you've seen it from a different perspective. Most of the times when people talk about getting on their knees, you know, it's to perform, you know, acts for someone, consensual acts, you know what I'm saying? So the fact that they were on their knees and you talk about how, like, they're not pleasing you right, you know, that's so interesting. Like, oh, you're on your knees for me, but you're not pleasing me right because my robot's down and I'm not working right now. So that was very interesting to really just hear on a track. I've never heard anyone talk about a factory, let alone a plastic factory in music. So that was super different as well. Okay, so now that we got that out the way, I want to get into the next song. Forklift Driver has Major Whip Perfection. So I want to get into the next song. Forklift Driver has Major Whip Perfections. Can you tell us how you came up with this idea and, like, what made you really come up with this idea? Like, how did you come up with this idea, forklift driver has major whip perfection? Because in order for a forklift driver to even be able to be certified, they have to be good at driving a forklift or, like, some type of, you know, they got to be good at it. So it's like, for you to say the forklift driver has major whip perfection, what makes you say that about the forklift driver? Is there multiple that has major whip perfection? Is it a specific one? What is the reason? How did you come up with this? This forklift driver has major whip perfection. How did you come up with that song? Like, I mean, I've worked at a factory before I started my interviewings, and I never thought in my mind to, hey, let me sing about this forklift driver or any of them. So what made you think, hey, it's time to sing about this forklift driver who just has major whip perfection? What made you do that? Okay, forklift driver got major whip perfection. They all do. All of them have to. You're right. That's a point. They all have to have major whip perfection, and if they don't, they should not be on the forklift at all, actually. But I will say this, specifically, I made that song because we have one forklift driver, Cody, and I shout him out a lot in the music. But Cody, he drives a motorcycle, and he got a black tinted out Acura, so it's like, if him specifically, if he was to... And think about this, I was on acid when I thought about this, because I made the song on acid. If he was to customize his own forklift, that shit would be badass. So I'm just saying. But hey, I had to add this. It's because I talked to bro before, and he's done scooter tricks. He used to work for Woodward, if you guys know what that is. And he can do, like, scooter tricks and shit like that. That's what he told me, so... Yeah, but I seen him do, like, on the forklift, he be doing donuts on the forklift. He drives a motorcycle. Come on. So you know, bro has major whip. Forklift driver has major whip perfection. And I have to say, because I can make music and I can observe that, and I seen that, it was so perfect. I was like, oh my god, I have the perfect already album for this, because I already made all the other songs, and I noticed that, so I was like, fuck, I need to talk about that, because he's here, and fuck, I have this ability to document it, and let's go now. So that's how Forklift Driver Major Whip Perfection became a thing, was because that's literally how. It's just because one individual had that much whip perfection on so many different whips, that the song, and I seen it, I had to make their song about it. Someone had to make their song about it. Me, dude. And I already had the mixtape. Come on. Wow, that is a story. To be honest, it makes sense. Bro's on motorcycles, he got a car, and he told you he does scooter tricks. So I get how all that in your mind just wheels. So it just made sense. That makes a lot of sense, dude. Viper, that makes sense. So to be honest, it seems like if you didn't have someone in front of your face just showing you that they just got the whip perfection, you wouldn't have acknowledged it. Almost you wouldn't have recognized that. That's like kind of like crazy to like really look at your whole album. Like, because I'm looking at it now, and just everything is just so thought out, and it's so much lore behind the factory that it's so deep that it almost makes me think that, like, you know, the way you did this, maybe if he wasn't there, you would have still came up with the Forklift Driver song, just because, you know, people drive and they touch down. Like, that makes so much sense. You know, they have to do deliveries and stuff, and things happen. People drive, people pull up, you feel me? Drop that Addy, people gonna pull up. Like, you know, that's a real thing. So it's like Forklift Driver having major whip perfection, that's something that's there that you noticed, you acknowledged that. And like you said, you don't know if you would have been able to come up with that if he wasn't who he was, just right there in the perfect moment. It's like you say, you do everything with perfect timing, and the universe puts people right where they need to be at the right moments for you. So it's like you experience things, and you're able to take it and make a song out of it. But not only that, you were able to make an entire mixtape off of this one job, which I just think is so unique, because so many people across America and other countries as well work at factories, and they do a lot of the same stuff. So it's really interesting how you're able to take this factory job and put it to real life scenarios and real life struggles and just real life. You're able to look at your job and use it to sing, and it's still relevant, and it's still good music, and the lyrics are good. It makes sense. You know, you're singing. Everything's great. I think it's a great album. Let's get on to the next song. So, Legal Weight. I heard that Legal Weight was a song made for your dad. Explain to us how your dad's job relates to your job. Get into that detail for us, because I don't know much about your dad. None of us really do. So go ahead and tell us what you want us to know about your dad, what he did, and why you think what you do relates so heavily to what he did, but in a legal way. And it's that legal weight. Tell us about legal weight. What does that mean to you? Good old legal weight. So I just had an intermission. We smoked some blunts with my dad, and I just seen myself in the mirror the first time with my dad. We realized that there's pictures of me and Ken, no pictures of me and my dad, and I seen that before I've seen this. So that was a crazy realization. So legal weight to me, it means, it's so deep, because my dad was killed in 2002 because he sold illegal substances and he weighed it up on scales. And we at the factory, we use scales, but we sell legal substances, and everything's chill about that, and no one's getting killed for using those scales. It's crazy how the government lets you use scales legally, and, you know, you can get away with selling certain things and not selling certain things. And, like, when you get a scale and make it dirty, it's like, you know what I mean, if you know anything about that. But here at the factory, our scales are not dirty. I dropped a picture of Lone and I. Here it is. But yeah, I recorded some songs and they're out. And my friend Aldenero, we got a feature coming soon too, because I fucking popped in the booth with him middle of the interview. Let's go. So legal weight, I also mentioned in the legal weight how, like, I don't wanna bother any of these men, so I don't wanna call in if it goes down again. All these men say things, I let it get to my head. That was all about, like, how at the job, you know, because I'm a woman working in a factory, like, you know, obviously guys say things to me all the time, but I try to not let it get into my head. And I can't talk to my dad about it, so I love how that's on this song, Legal Weight, that is specifically about how I'm making money doing what he did, but legally. It's like I'm using a scale legally. I'm weighing up plastic. I'm using a scale legally, and he did it illegally. So that's that legal weight. The plastic is the legal weight, as whereas my dad would have illegal weight with the substances he was selling. So that's a legal weight right there. That's a legal weight. And this has been in my dad's book my whole life, and this is my first time ever taking this image out. Wow, Viper, that is literally very deep, and I love how you explain how he would weigh up illegal substances to sell, but how you guys weigh up legal substances to sell, and it's like you're using the scale in a legal way, and he was always using it in an illegal way, but here you are using the scale legally, and it's just like, wow, Dad, it was this easy, and I wish that you could have found this, you know, and maybe for him, it wasn't that easy, but, you know, it's so much. So I'm really sorry about your dad. Like, I'm sorry to hear about your dad passing away and, you know, stuff like that. That's a lot. And I know that you probably went through a lot growing up because of that. However, you are showing so good signs of like him being in your life just spiritually, and like you're really making it. So we're so proud of you, Viper, and you're really doing your big one, and he loves your album. I know he can hear it, and he's very proud of you for making legal money and, you know, sticking to that. Keep sticking to the making legal money, Viper. You know, your dad wanted to, but it was hard for him. He couldn't really find a way that made it work for him. So I'm so proud of you for doing that and acknowledging the difference between weighing up legal weight versus illegal weight. Very unique. You also have a song called DJ Yellow Mustang. Tell us the inspiration for this song. DJ Yellow Mustang pulling down with perfect timing. Talking about who the fuck is Jaden. Ain't nobody fucking Jaden. I love that. That was amazing. Tell us a little bit about that song. So DJ Yellow Mustang. My car is yellow. It's a yellow Mustang. And I pull up every time with perfect timing. And I clock in with perfect timing every time. And every time with perfect timing. So do everything with perfect timing. So that's what DJ Yellow Mustang is about. So in that song, I pretty much talk about, like, if my pieces ain't right, then I do the right regrinding. But I never talk about when my pieces are right. In that song, I talk about my pieces are right. So what do? I pack them up. So that I realized in the whole album, I never talked about, what do we do in a situation where we're not regrinding? We're always talking about regrind. Yes, I know, I'm always talking about regrind. When we do not regrind, we're packing up the product and we're shipping it out as normal. So I talk about that in DJ Yellow Mustang. I am known for driving around town with my yellow Mustang. Everybody knows that about me. So I had to make a song, DJ Yellow Mustang. Like, it just had to be, bro. Because I drive the yellow Mustang and I make music. So I had to make this song about me, DJ Yellow Mustang. DJ Yellow Mustang. And when my pieces are right, I pack them up and ship them out. Perfect timing. Yes, that's that DJ Yellow Mustang. Definitely tap in with that. DJ Yellow Mustang. Okay, so now that's out the way. What happened with Cody? You mentioned his name a couple times in the mixtape, throughout the mixtape, you know. So us here at the Better Than Yesterday's interviewing, we're kind of interested on what happened with Cody, because now he has his own song, because over time you just keep dropping songs. I guarantee you, we do this interview, you'll probably add a couple more songs to the mixtape, and we'll have to do a part 2 of the interview. What happened with Cody? Why do you keep singing about him? Why does he have his own song now? What's going on with that? Tell us about that. Like, what's up with that? Cut it off, Cody? In the song, you mentioned that you need your first shot cut apart. What is the first shot, and why wouldn't Cody help you cut it apart? Okay, so you want to know about Cut It Off, Cody. Basically, how that song even came about was on a long day of working some overtime, I was working an overnight shift, and it came down to shutdown time, and it was my first shot. First shot is basically a part. It's basically pieces to make sure that it's like throughout the day. You need to know your part is right. You look at your part. If something's wrong about it, you go look at your first shot to be like, oh, this is not on the first shot, so I know it's right. It's like your verification piece. You know what I'm saying? It verifies what you're doing throughout the day. So first shot is the best piece. It's literally the best shot. So of course you would want that in your box at the end of shutdown, like at the end of the week. You would want that in your box. So Cody didn't want to cut it because I asked him, I was like, hey, can you cut my first shot apart? He was like, I wouldn't do that if I were you. And I was like, whoa, like, what does he mean? Like, I thought he was questioning what I knew. Come to find out, he thought I was asking him, can we cut this? So he just didn't know. So that was all that was about. I did like 6 hours worth of like, honestly just crying because that whole shift just fucked with me, bro. And my friend was like, you just need to get in the studio. He was like, you're just spiraling out of control and you just need to get in the studio. So I got in the studio, bro. And I made Cut It Off Cody, which made sense because it just has that fucking jingle, bro. Cut it off, Cody. And I was trying to sound desperate, like, you know, like someone really needs fucking help. There's like an ad-lib in there where I'm like, I really need your help. Like, and that's 6 hours after of just crying, of being just mad because I was like, I wanted to have asked him for help if it couldn't have been done. So I was just so like, why did he say no? But he just misunderstood me. Like, we talked about it like after the fact. So bro just misunderstood what I originally asked, but it turned into a great song nonetheless. Now we have Cut It Off Cody. What can I say? It's a good song. It's a great song. It's one of my favorite songs to turn up to, honestly. It's a good song. And yeah, that's how... Oh, Dan. He pulled up, bro, and he touched down perfect timing when Cody was like, nah. Because I still had to go figure out how to get it cut, even though he said no. So I go to find my own knife and shit. And Dan touched down. Perfect timing, dude. And he cut that shit with a blue knife. Dude, he saved me for the night. But then I had my other first shot, and I had to go figure out about that for the next 30 minutes while Cody was off to the side chit-chatting with his buddy. And I was like, yo, I kind of want to ask him again if he can cut this. But I was too nervous to because he already said no the first time. So why go ask again? I should have just asked. I don't know if he even would have had a knife because apparently now he don't carry his knife. Whatever. But now I have my own knife because of this Cut It Off Cody, I unlocked a knife from Monty. Let me show you my motherfucking knife, bro. Okay, this is my knife I unlocked for Monty. Shout out Monty, bro. Fucking best supervisor. Shout out Paul, another best supervisor. Shout out Gary. Shout out Dan. Shout out all the supervisors, bro. I know I'm probably forgetting one. I'm so sorry. Joey, shout out you, bro. Shout out fucking Matt, even. Bro, shout out y'all. You guys are amazing, bro. Like, nah, shout out everyone. Fucking shout out JP. Shout them all out. Fucking shout out Juan. But nah, bro, Cut It Off Cody, bro. It was just, that's all that was, bro. He wouldn't cut my first shot, and I was like, yo, cut it off, Cody, because, like, you can look at it in two ways, like, cut it off, Cody, because, like, cut off your act, because I thought he was, like, acting like he was questioning what I knew, but he wasn't. He just misunderstood what I said. It was a misunderstanding. Let's go. I can sit back and relax and drink my Coke. So that makes sense. You say that he keeps giving you reasons to sing about him, and the way he presents himself, it makes him a really good person to sing about. That makes sense. Okay. And, you know, it's just being that the stuff he does, it's easy to sing about. That makes sense. And you also feel like he has a very basic name, so it's super easy to rap about it, and you feel like people can relate, and everybody at least knows a Cody. So that makes sense. It's a little bit relatable. Scaling up weight for funds. Why is this the last song on the mixtape? Every time you drop a new song and you add it to the mixtape, which is a little backwards, which we'll have to get into why you do that. Every time you drop a song and you add it to the mixtape, you still put this at the bottom. Why do you feel like this is a good outro song? Why do you feel like this needs to be at the end of the mixtape? Why does this song have to be at the end? What is so grand finale about scaling up weight for funds? Why is this the grand finale song? Tell us about that.
Weighing up these pieces for these funds, gotta make sure all my pieces is corrected. If they not, I get to regrind. If my pieces ain't right, I get to regrind. And I hit that regrind.
I mean, just listen to this shit. It sound epic. I mean, listen to what Stefan did on the beat, bro. This shit sound epic. Shout out Stefan. That song just so epic. You gotta leave with that epicness. I feel like I put a little bit of lore in there, and it makes it sound so epic. It's so smooth. It's so well balanced. You know, it puts it all together as a grand finale. It really finalizes the piece every time. I feel it's very chill. It's very, we did this. Yes. Like, it's very, like, let's go home at the end of the day sounding. And, you know, scaling up weight for funds, it's what we do. We scale up this plastic weight for money. It's what we do. It's scaling up weight for funds. I took it like the legal weight, made it like that. Like, looked at it from the legal perspective and made it the legal perspective, if you know what I'm saying. But yes, I feel like that is a great outro song. Scale recalibration. Sometimes our scales are a little bit off. I'm able to like recalibrate the scales and stuff like that, which the reason why I feel like that matters to me is because my dad used scales a lot, so I feel like I should just be good with scales because he used them a lot. So that's something about me that I really like to know about scales and stuff like that. And what else is some little lore about this song? The plastic. We wrap up, some pieces are so exotic that they take plastic to wrap them up in plastic. So I kind of mentioned that in the music as well. So because some, like, and I care, you know, and I talk about I never had a dumb thought in my mind, is because when you're working a factory job, you constantly, you know, you're in your head, you know, you get to think about yourself a lot. So it's like, you know, I'm not thinking of dumb shit while I'm working. I'm constantly thinking to better myself and just better the environment and help everybody just live a good life. Just be happy. So yeah, that's what I say. I never had a dumb thought, you know? Anyways, I do feel like that's a great outro song. It's just, it sums it all up. It's very epic, and you got this and you did this, and it's very go home at the end of the day, walking away and just wiping that off your shoulder-esque song. Scaling up weight for funds. It's what we do. So before we go, I just wanted to ask you, Viper, first of all, thank you so much for sharing about your album with us. This means everything. That was great information to know everything. But I wanted to ask you a little bit about your camo. Why are you always wearing camo bottoms? Can you explain some of that to us today? Why you always wear camo bottoms? Oh yes, the camo pants. So for me, this is such a deep thing because, for one, I'll just start with this. My dad is in the ground, and he's been buried in the ground for 21 years. And before he even had a headstone, I always seen the ground. So for me, I move away. I'm always far away from where he is in the ground, and I don't have his ashes. They buried ashes. I feel connected because this is what I looked at. This is how I seen my dad in the ground. This is when I went to visit my dad. This is what I seen for ever growing up. So I feel connected to him wherever I go, and it's on my legs. So it's like it grounds me. And then it's that nature. I feel like a straight nature reflection. I feel reflected of nature. So it's like I want to see the reflection on me of nature, of how I feel. And then it's like Viper, the snakes be in the grass, is Viper's a snake, so dark Viper. And it's like, you know, camo. You can't see me. I love that. And I wish I could just wear an all black cloak and you just can't see me. So I like the idea of not being able to be seen, and the whole aspect of, oh, I can't see you because you have on camo. And then also Ben 10, he wears like the navy green pants, and they're kind of camo-ish. So it all kind of vibes well. It just, all of that is why I do the camo bottoms. And in high school, back when I bought my first, not even my first pair of camo pants, but it was my first military, I'll say that, they were my first military ones. I found a $20 pair, a $20 bill in the pocket. I thrifted them, so that was really cool. And I was like, from that moment on, I was just like, I know something with these pants, bro. So yes. Okay, that's very interesting. I think my favorite part about that is how you talk about how your dad is buried in the ground, and how you feel very connected to him because he has a plaque in the ground, and the real tree you feel so connected in the camo because he's there, and that's when you looked at your dad, he was always in camouflage or realtree. So that's why I just think that's so cool. Like, I think that's the best. I think that was the best reason. You gave off a lot of reasons, but personally that was my favorite one. And then my next question for you is, why do you release music the way you do? Like, it's kind of backwards. I have never interviewed an artist who drops their music, like they'll release the mixtape, but then a couple days later they add another song to the mixtape, and then a week later 2 more songs to the mixtape. Why do you do that? What's up with that? Like, tell us about that. Why is the mixtape still dropping over time? Why didn't you just collect all the songs and drop them at once? Go ahead and tell us about that. I forgot to say that I'm the girl Ben 10, by the way, and the reason why I do the mixtapes like that, or just my music period, is because I freestyle my stuff, so, and I just it comes out as how I feel, and I just drop it how I feel, because I want people to hear it, and I'd rather them hear it as it's put out on the platform, versus me just sending it to them. So I just put it out, like, right then and there. I edit and put it out. So, no, I don't let anything hold me back, no mixtape or no album. I don't let it hold me back. And whenever I get enough songs that I feel resonate with that time period, then I'll form them together and make an album or a mixtape. And that's basically what I've done. That's how I came up with my Viper's Garden, and that's how I got the Viper's Garden Deluxe, and that's how I got the Regrind Saga Mixtape. And that's how I'm still getting more songs for the Regrind Saga Mixtape. I have more songs about Regrind that I have to make. I have more Regrind music I have to make. Like, Overtime, I don't even think we talked about Overtime in this at all. Hold on. You didn't even ask me about Overtime. Like, that was one of my most pivotal songs. Well, thank you so much, Viper. It was a pleasure getting to talk to you. I'm so glad that you literally came on my interview. You know, the Better Than Yesterday interviews. I know that you're always striving to be better than yesterday, as you are better than yesterday. And just keep doing that. And for everyone out here watching, thank you so much for tapping in. And I want you to continue to be better than yesterday as well. And if you haven't already yet listened to the Dark Viper Regrind Saga Mixtape, go ahead and check that out. It's actually posted on my channel here. So go ahead and go to my playlist, and you can definitely check it out over here as well. Super good. It's about working at a factory, and they relate it to real life. So I really think that's super good, super interesting. Again, Viper, thank you so much for joining me on my podcast today. You looked amazing as always, and I'll be happy to have you again next time when you drop however many more songs that you're going to add to this Regrind album. Whenever you're done, hey, I'll be glad, because you just won't stop dropping songs. Peace, everyone. How many times I gotta say it? I got paid today. Oh, my pieces ain't right. I gotta do this overtime. This isn't right. We can work this overtime. This isn't right. We can work this overtime. I'm clocking out. See you at the clock out.